Good evening, guys. Rampant Imperial IPA from New Belgium. Not bad. It would want maybe a little more body, but the hops are nice, little almost mango note, and the thing I love the most about the Imperial, about any Imperial actually, is the fact that it's not overcarbonated. Love that. So, I'm gonna snack on a tomato, and I guess just give you guys an update. It's Sunday evening, and I thought, hey, I should make a video. But I have nothing to say. Nothing that's striking inspiration right now. So, just to let you guys know what's going on. If you're not into that, you've been warned. You can watch me eat a tomato, or see you on the next one. By the way, guys, all my social media outlets, I'm Joffrey the Giant. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest. And then you hit me on joffreythegiant.blogspot.com as well. So, beard is doing well. Thanks for asking. I've let it grow back out a little bit. Radically trimmed up the sides. I stopped using beard oil for a little while, and I really was able to tell. In the last few days I've been using beard oil pretty faithfully. It feels and looks so much better. So that is a product. I'm not endorsing any particular brand here. I'm just saying, man, use some beard oil. I dig it. The mustache, after many long months, it's finally getting to a length where it's kind of meeting below the lip with the beard. It's a little straggly and uneven as it does it. I just haven't been trimming here at all, but it's taken months for it to do that. So it's been over the soup line, if you will, for a long time, but what I'm going for is universal coverage. I feel like I'm almost there. If I purse my lips disapprovingly, you can't see my mouth. But I want to get to the point where I can smile. You can hardly see teeth. That's the goal. Work. Some people have asked about work. So let me tell you what the pattern has been in the last few years. So, when I started vlogging, I had a bookstore. That was many moons ago, a few years ago. When the bookstore was closing, as it was closing, I started a new career. And it is a career that does not quite pay the bills. So, I do this job, and then I do something else. And that something else changes all the time, depending on how much work the thing I say my career is giving me. Right now I'm getting more and more work, and I expect even more. So anyway, you guys probably noticed that some of my videos are coming from a new location. So the other work I'm doing right now is I am a waiter at a local restaurant called Bacon Brothers, which is an amazing place. For those of you who don't know, the thing actually that my career is that I'm a language teacher. And I describe it as corporate training, because nearly all my students are learning this language because of their job. And usually the checks are written by the company, not by them. So, I teach Spanish, Portuguese, and English. And then I do something else, and right now it's waiting tables. This Bacon Brothers place, by the way, is absolutely amazing. They have a smokehouse out back and a curing room in the restaurant. And so, sides of bacon, salamis, hams, all sorts of Italian bacon, like pork belly and loin things going on, pancettas, lonzinos, prosciuttos, all done like right there. I walked into the kitchen the other day and there were some pig bungholes being stuffed with ground meat for sausage. So it's pretty awesome. Locally sourced stuff, kind of making everything yourself. And I'm digging being there. Good bunch of folks over there and all that, blah, blah, blah. But often, say between lunch and dinner or before work, I'll stop and make a video there. Which I think is why there are a few people had some questions about what I was doing. Alright, so that's beard, that's work. What else is happening in my universe? I don't know how many of you guys know, so it's not going to be like the grand announcement. I want to do some grand announcement, but I might as well talk to you guys about it. I am trying to move to Brazil as a missionary, so I'm raising support for that. That's a lot of work, asking people for money. It's work that I'm really excited about doing. I'm going to stop talking about it shortly because I do want to just dedicate a video to this at some point soon. So it's sports ministry with kids and urban Christian ministry, and I'm super excited about it. Take the whole family down there. Further back in the channel's history, about a year and a half ago, you'll find a couple of videos done in Brazil when I was visiting my family, my aunts, uncles, all that jazz. So my grandmother. Anyway, so that is, it's difficulty and traction on that. Just more from the perspective of fitting into my schedule. Like, it's the one thing I want to do, and it's, priority number 5, say. Gotta work, gotta pay the bills, hang out with the wife and kids, what a drain on time they are. So, kids are starting homeschooling, so they got like maybe 2 weeks vacation. My mom's a hard ass. But that's the beauty of homeschooling. I homeschooled from 8th grade on, and we would just stop everything we were doing in the middle of the spring and go for a road trip and not care, but then work during the summer sometimes. So they started a couple classes, not all of their classes. Nose right back to the grindstone. So 4 of them are of school age. Baby's doing well, walking, beginning to talk, charming everybody. With my new work schedule, it's been a little tougher for wifey to do some of her painting. She's been able to get away a few times. She has a studio at the old bookstore, and she does these painting, fabric collage things. If you check out Kimberly Swate Painter on Facebook, that's what she does. What else? Garden's doing well, but it's more my wife's purview. My wife's purview. I'm excited about this coming weekend when the Waratahs play the Crusaders for the Super Rugby Championship. My dad lives in Sydney, Australia, but he could care less about rugby. I live in South Carolina. I care very deeply about rugby. So, the New South Wales, based out of Sydney, the New South Wales Waratahs are hosting the championship game. So I've been emailing him back and forth, but I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he cares. And then my favorite team is the other team, the Crusaders. Actually, all 4 of the teams that were in the semifinals are teams that I really, really enjoy. The Sharks from Natal in South Africa. The Crusaders, of course, the New South Wales Waratahs, and then the Brumbies from Canberra. And actually, you might see me occasionally on video wearing a Brumbies jersey. I really enjoy the way they play. So I've really enjoyed the end of the Super Rugby season, and this weekend will be the last hurrah. I kind of like that summer is not. That was a fly crawling over the eyepiece. Oh yeah, so I like that as a sports aficionado, I now have no downtime. There's rugby happening somewhere around the world at all times, and right now we are in the dark hole of American sports. Baseball is falling rapidly in popularity. People really don't care about it now. It's the salaries are still immense, and it has a lot of local and regional enthusiasm, but it's as popular as soccer and hockey now, which I love because I'm not a baseball fan. I mean, you can use it to harken back to days of yore and pastoral societies, but I just don't give a fig. So anyway, right now, all that's happening in the United States is baseball. Most Americans are or at least most Southerners are building up into a frenzy over the beginning of college football in probably about a month. But until then, college football in the South is actually a year-round sport. You play it for 4 months, but you talk about it absolutely all year. But nothing, there's nothing on TV right now, so the people of America are bummed. But I'm not bummed because I watch rugby. Drop in the comments if there's something else you'd like to hear about because you love me so well and you want to know what's going on in my life. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll pop out a couple of videos this week, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys soon. Peace. By the way, those are not my wife's paintings. Those are my kids doing things in the style of my wife's paintings. What do we got there? That top one is a sword and shield from my 5-year-old. That's a kitchen. Who did the kitchen? The sword and shield is actually from the 9-year-old. That kitchen was done with my wife's help, but that's from the 5-year-old. That is Bilbo Baggins' Hobbit hole from my 7-year-old. And then my 10-year-old did a little strawberry plant. But my wife does these paintings that are, fabric collages like this mixed with paint. Anywho, now I'm saying goodbye for real. Peace.